What was that night like for you when you found out Tupac had been shot?
Well, I was asleep and got a call from a homicide sergeant about well, the shooting was around 11:30, I think. So I think he called me around 1 a.m. and the strip, Las Vegas Strip, was just about 7 miles from my house. So I literally just jumped out of bed and got dressed and grabbed a notebook and headed to the strip. And there were still a couple of bicycle cops were still out there. One of them was Michael McDonald, who's heavily quoted in my book and became kind of a part of the story. And forensics people were still there. The detectives had left, but they were still, it was still very much a crime scene. His car was still there. It hadn't been towed away. Suge Knight's car. So it was just tons of people standing on the sidewalks. I don't know if they knew who he was. The sergeant who called me said, "Hey, you need to go right now to the Las Vegas Strip." A rapper by the name of Tupac Shakur. He couldn't even pronounce his name, Tupac Shakur. They were really unaware of who he was. And I was familiar with Tupac because I was a big MTV watcher. And my favorite song, of course, was his Dear Mama. And so I was familiar, but not, certainly not an expert on the hip hop community at that point.
So when you get there, are you what are you there to do at that point?
Um, as a reporter, I observed. I walked around the yellow tape and took notes. There were some bystanders. I interviewed the bicycle cop, and I talked to people, see if there were any witnesses. And of course, it didn't happen there. It happened, a block and a half away. So about a block, turning a corner. This was on the strip where it occurred was off the strip on Flamingo, 2 blocks away. Well, you have to turn a corner, so it's really a block and a half or so. But so that was my thing.